Welcome to Good Morning. Here are the headlines.
Further reports of violence in the capital. Local authorities once again suspect Jack Boy involvement.
Well, Jonathan, this is just another case of youth violence in the city. If you want my opinion, they should all be sterilised.
I don't disagree with you, Caroline. I'm just glad to know that my kids are safe at home, my beautiful wife, Evan.
Get the fuck away from my bins, you pack of shits!
The actor that plays Ellipsis, what I noticed is her movements. They're all very stylistic in this effort to appear to be this non-human being. So she's very robotic. Everything is very controlled, down to her mannerisms, down to her voice, from the way she brushes her teeth to how she chooses to pick up the fork. So there was just a lot of stuff that I really appreciated this time around watching, and just this actress's performance. And I realized an even deeper thing in just kind of really gauging this character is that she's constantly looking for safety. So even this woman that takes her in comes across as this kind-hearted woman, but these ulterior motives I'm starting to see a lot more clearly, which I don't think I captured before, because clearly Ellipsis has found a reason to escape, right? So even with this character, it's there's a side I'm showing you, but there's another side to me. I feel like it's something that's very a trope that's kind of constantly throughout. Even with the man in the diner, it's another thing. It's like in one aspect, you think one thing about this man, like, oh, is he being courteous? He wants to walk her home, but then you see there's something completely a dark side to him. In this woman, you think, oh, she's being courteous, she's taking this girl in. But then there's a dark underside to a lot of the characters in this. Um, she just has this desire to be not a captive to someone, not to be owned by someone. And in the end, she gets that, and it kind of sets up this idea of this whole revolution of the ellipsises, and them seeking out their own identities and their own freedom, and it has the makings of a lot, like a ongoing journey even beyond this film.
I loved the beginning where we get all that backstory so quickly. It was a really great way to build that exposition without having it tediously explained throughout. We get all those news flashes and everything like that to world build and get us into the story quickly. I thought that was really smart of this film. We start out with Ellipses, very striking visuals of her in a plastic bag in the desert. Very artistic shot there. It's very striking. I loved watching her journey, sort of surviving, and these people in this world. We're, experiencing this new world with her, this new futuristic world stricken by a virus and religious extremists. We have some very creepy visuals in this with the eyes, the milky eyes, and the evil people. I thought that worked really well to scare us and have us immediately be afraid of these people. But yeah, I really enjoyed this film. I loved watching Ellipses' journey and seeing her growth as a character as well. She comes into herself at the end.
I liked how it kind of had this little sci-fi vibe to it. The story was really cool, but what made the story so awesome was that the actors were stunning. Everybody did such an incredible job, especially the lead actress. She was unbelievable. So I loved the story. The cinematography was absolutely gorgeous. This was definitely something that the music, the acting, the story kept you on the edge of your seat the entire time, and you wanted to know what was going to happen next. Great twist at the end. I thought it fit it perfectly, and the music really kept you very unsettled throughout, and that's exactly what you wanted in a film like this.
I like the concept, the world building. It felt very much like, you know, it's almost, I want to say like kind of like Blade Runner, not really, but in the sense that like futuristic, sci-fi vibes, but also gritty and down to earth. um, and sci-fi that makes you think about society and whatnot. So I like that. Um, and they always say good sci-fi makes you think like that. So I think that's one thing that this film had going for it. Also, the person who played Ellipsis was phenomenal, like Hollywood ready. And also the cinematography was also phenomenal and Hollywood ready.
I liked the kind of post-apocalyptic or futuristic dystopian kind of feel it had to it. Um, I think that as technology progresses and as we get further into this kind of AI robot realm as a society, I think more and more films kind of like this are going to be featured more and kind of brought about more, which I think is fantastic because I think it brings up some interesting points like that maybe not necessarily now where technology is at, but definitely if technology continues to progress, um, are really interesting points to kind of and interesting ideas to kind of bring about like what is, autonomy, what is freedom, what is humanity, what is like all of these kind of different concepts. When do they apply? When do they start? Clearly, Ellipsis, kind of awakens. What age would we even give her? Things like that, I think are really, really interesting and really, really kind of just fascinating.